Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is January 28th, 2025, and we're diving into the fourth quarter and full year 2024 earnings report of Bank of Hawaii. Joining us is John, senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Bank of Hawaii has just released their financial results, and there's a lot to unpack, from their earnings per share to their strategic initiatives and market performance.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the top line. Bank of Hawaii reported a net income of $39.2 million for the fourth quarter and $150 million for the full year 2024. John, how does this compare to previous periods?
For the fourth quarter, net income was down 3% from the previous quarter, but up 28.8% from the same period last year. For the full year, net income decreased by 12.4% compared to 2023. The diluted earnings per share for the quarter was 85 cents, slightly below the forecasted 87, but it shows a solid performance given the economic conditions.
And what about their net interest margin?
The net interest margin for the fourth quarter was 2.19%, which is an increase of 1 basis point from the previous quarter and 6 basis points from the same period last year. This indicates a stable interest income environment despite the challenges in the broader market.
Operational efficiencies and future outlook. Moving on to operational efficiencies, Bank of Hawaii reported non-interest income of $43 million and non-interest expenses of $107.9 million for the fourth quarter. How does this impact their overall performance?
Non-interest income saw a slight decrease of 4.6% from the previous quarter, but was up 1.8% from the same period last year. The expenses were up by 0.8% from the linked quarter, but down 6.9% from last year, reflecting effective cost management. The bank also declared a dividend of 70 cents per share, which is a positive sign for investors.
What did the CEO have to say about these results?
Peter Ho, the CEO, mentioned that Bank of Hawaii finished 2024 with strong financial performance, highlighting the growth in net interest income and margin, as well as the increase in average loan and deposit balances. He emphasized the bank's focus on strengthening capital levels and maintaining excellent credit quality.
Asset quality and capital position. Let's talk about asset quality and capital position. Bank of Hawaii reported total assets of $23.6 billion and total deposits of $20.6 billion. How does their capital position look?
The bank's Tier 1 capital ratio stands at 13.95%, slightly down from the previous quarter, but up from last year, indicating a robust capital position. Non-performing assets were $19.3 million, which is a slight decrease from the previous quarter, but an increase from last year. This shows that while there are some challenges, the bank is managing its asset quality effectively.
And what about their loan and deposit growth?
Total loans and leases increased by 1.1% from the previous quarter, driven by commercial loan production. However, total deposits saw a decrease of 1.6% from the previous quarter, reflecting a shift in deposit mix and market conditions.
EPS forecast and analyst expectations. John, analysts had forecasted an EPS of 87 cents for the quarter. How did the actual results compare?
The actual diluted EPS came in at 85, which is slightly below the forecast. This was based on estimates from 4 analysts. Despite this, the bank's performance remains strong, with a dividend payout ratio of 81.40%, indicating a commitment to returning value to shareholders.
What does this mean for investors?
While the EPS missed expectations, the overall financial health and strategic initiatives of the bank are solid. Investors should consider the bank's strong capital position and consistent dividend payouts as positive indicators for future performance.
Key takeaways. As we wrap up, Bank of Hawaii has shown resilience in a challenging environment with a net income of $150 million for the year and a strong capital position. John, any final thoughts?
Bank of Hawaii's strategic focus on capital strength and cost management has positioned it well for future growth. The slight miss on EPS shouldn't overshadow the bank's overall solid performance and commitment to shareholder returns.
Thank you, John, for your insights. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch for more financial analyses. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Bank of Hawaii's performance in the comments below.